What up, YouTube? It's your boy.
I mean, the intro is done in post anyway.
Yeah,
as
true.
you know.
Yeah, as always.
But I guess, just let's jump into it. Introduce yourself, because I know you already. I've known you for a long time.
What's going on, gang? It's Elixar here. You don't have to pronounce the K and T at the beginning. Shout out to the old days. But yeah, I'm one of the biggest UK Digimon YouTubers. Stream a little bit as well, trying to do more streams, and also the main host of the Misplay for Game podcast, which is actually the coolest English-speaking Digimon podcast, and you should go watch it after this. Camera's up there. I'm looking at OBS. Yeah, but been on YouTube since 2005, and all of that growth was completely irrelevant compared to doing Digimon. It has been crazy passion. I started playing in no Flame Dramon, no buy, and they put Flame Dramon in the game. I'm several £100 in the hole.
1,000 by this point.
Not on Digimon.
Really?
No, not yet. But I get a new job. There will be signs.
One day. Like, so you said that you've been on YouTube for a long time. I know you for doing the gaming stuff in the past. What was it that brought you into doing Digimon as a content instead and trying to shift across from gaming to card games?
I just wanted to do something new. Like, I've been doing gaming content, kind of like sometimes it'll do well, sometimes it won't. Let's plays as a format are just complete. I think challenge runs and long form content where you follow a story is still pretty doable. Like, I still have, back from my main days, I still have a Mega Man playthrough that it was just like a deathless run. I think things like that are kind of the future of how it's the present of how you have to do content, and it requires a lot of work. Nuzlockers have kind of shown that that's kind of how you should do Let's Play stuff. I did Twitch highlights, but Twitch highlights really only work when you're fully established on Twitch and YouTube. And Digimon, as I was learning it, I got to play a little bit, and then as I was learning it, I was watching DP, and I really liked how he did production stuff. I've always been someone that enjoys editing content a little bit more than just bare minimum and throwing it out. So Digimon gave me a lot of opportunity, and the way he edits, showing all the cards, helped me learn a lot, and it made me want that way. I think a lot of people used to know me for being like the English equivalent of DP, because like Prim and We the Panda that were pushing out content fast never did all of the extra bells and whistles. So if you didn't know what the card did when it hit the field, you were kind of just left behind, and there was a real void content that was doing that. So that was kind of where I came in. But you know, I was also uploading 3 vids a month, and now I do 3 vids a week. So there's definitely merit in doing speedier ones. I mean, most people probably know me from a video essay, Digicross.
Let's not get started on that one.
Yeah, date of recording. DP minus is not out yet. 13th. When I go, I mean, I'm originally from down here, down south, but when I go back to Manchester, the goal is to get that done. If this comes out before then, DP minus is still not out. If Jamie's lazy, then
It comes out roughly the end of the month.
Okay, calm.
You got a week and a bit.
DP minus should be out. You should go. The podcast is cool, but go watch that. Go watch that video. I need people to go watch my video essays. They're really difficult to make.
Time consuming as well.
Yeah, they're a pain in the ass. But people like them, and I'm definitely going to do them more. Being loud and right all the time. Yeah, just, I don't know, being a voice that's interesting to listen to, opinionated.
That will definitely draw in the people, and obviously making it more informative as to how the mechanic works.
Yeah, Digimon is a pretty safe genre. It's family friendly, whatever. We all grew up with it, kids. There's very few. There's very few prominent. I mean, it's really just Mario. As far as non-family friendly, but even then, he's still relatively chill. Yeah, relatively chill. I think there's room for someone that is just kind of obnoxious to be in the scene, and that's kind of where I come in. Boys.
So we know that the videos take are like time consuming, especially the video essays, like you say. But going back to the gaming, the most time consuming thing you did. Your world record speedrun of Sonic Riders.
That is definitely the most time spent recording, that's for sure. That was...
How many attempts did you have to do for it? Like 2, 3?
So, yeah, that was technically the second full playthrough. So, for my birthday, I think it was my birthday, I did a full playthrough of the game, but the stream crashed twice or something, so I wasn't able to submit the VOD for a speedrun. Someone joked that there was no speedrun for it, so I was like, oh yeah, I could submit it. But the run was broken, so I couldn't. Then... because the idea had been planted, I was like, why not do it? And then I sat down and did it. We kind of killed a couple of runs early, as you kind of do when you know time. But then once you kind of get past a certain point in the hero's story, kind of just have to let it rip. A lot of it was not really understanding. It was once I figured out how the Tails mission and how like the flight T-posing worked. That was kind of like the go signal to be like, okay, we gotta rock. Because a lot of people also didn't have cameras on for a Kinect game, which is kind of weird. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm just gonna stream it all. Audio is not fantastic. The run is terrible. A lot of the individual segments, I think 2 of them have been taken off me by someone that, to be fair, only the short ones. I think Heroes and Final Race, because of the stories. Someone's been like at those.
Can we expect it again then, maybe? To reclaim them?
Yeah, genuinely. The thing that's stopping me from doing it right now is I don't own a 360. I never own a 360. All the times that I played, nearly all the times that I've done like Eternal Sonata have been borrowed.
Yeah.
And Free Riders Run, I borrowed a 360 off of a friend for that run. Bought the Kinect myself.
I still can't believe you.
Maybe bought Sonic Free Riders, I don't know. I think I'm gonna have to buy it again. Yeah, so the thing, now I've got like a new place, got the room, I can move stuff around, I play Ring Fit every day, so I know I've got the space to play a Kinect game. 360. We have an Xbox One, but you can't play 360 Kinect games on that, so... Yeah, I'll do it again. I like to. I think exercise games are fun and cool, and like chilling out. And I'm pretty athletic, so.
You know who else has a world record?
Our friendship group?
Not in our friendship group, but you know it.
Him. I've got.
GP.
Oh,
has a world record in Bob the Builder.
True. Tommy Tricks also. Wacky Races.
Oh yeah, true.
Yeah. Both of us.
Shout out to those guys.
Yeah, we all play bad racing game.
Shout out to Alex who plays Muppet.
Muppets is actually good. He's got no shot.
Oh no, not at all.
Me, I could take them back. I'm good friends with the other guy that owns the world records for the not. I guess I should also clarify. I'm on like the 100% / all S ranks speedrun. Hypnotics has all the any percents, and we've worked together. I got to commentate on the channel for Sonic and the Glitchless Gauntlet, where Hibby got his world record run of the full game any percent, which was pretty cool.
Let's shift it back to like modern day content now. We know you for matches and some silly little deck profiles and the podcast, of course. That's where you get in most of the guests and have a look at the future of Digimon and even just events that have recently gone on. Have you had one event recently that is one of your most favourites? Probably just the Liverpool Hong Kong, even though you know.
I'd say it's definitely Liverpool Regional, because like the Ultimate Cup the SAF won, it was an online one, and it was I was at work listening to the stream, and it was just like business. I was kind of following it. I wasn't even watching it. I was like, from the sounds of it, Saf's cooking the guy. Cool. It was fun because in Discord, like after round 5, where he just like annihilates the Mirage player. Just like block caps in all chat. It's like, I'm getting you a Crimson mode, Tom. It's like, okay, that's my guy.
Yeah.
But Liverpool Regional was easily the most fun because we kind of put Fanboy on the map. Not just because Saf won, but like Derek top 10 both events. Just whatever, just casually. Like 10th place on Dorbitmon, top 8 Machine Dramon in Ultimate Cup. Everyone in Fanboy had really solid runs.
3 people in the Liverpool regional.
Oh wait, I'm saying Liverpool.
You're thinking of Birmingham.
I'm thinking Birmingham. Birmingham's probably my favorite. Liverpool was cool. Like Liverpool was cool. Having the Day 2 Top Cup was cool. Having Emily and H in top. I think that one is slightly soured because time rules are just crap.
Didn't Johnny make that one as well?
Johnny also made top 8. Yeah, we have 3 Fanboy people in top 8. And then in Day 2, Liam and Saf won sponsored side event. Yeah. So like Fanboy just cooked unbelievably at that event too.
100%.
I think that event is slightly soured by like the time rules kind of ending Harry's miracle run. Whereas Birmingham, I was like right behind Saf the moment that he won. Because I was like chatting, watching the stream out the corner of my eye, and seeing the double atomic inferno hit the ground. Like genuinely the most audible like gasp I've ever done, and it just like stopped several conversations as people looked over, and you see double grav crush on the mat, and it's like atomic, and he just kills him, and it's like, yep. And Saf not even realizing that he didn't have a second round, because at that point we already knew that the second player had won the bear down and ruined that other guy's run. Knowing that Saf had won, he's just there shuffling, getting ready for the next one. Like, brother, the tournament is over. We're done.
So good. It's such a good.
Yeah, so that was really fun. The deck profiles, the sleep deprived like content that we were doing was incredible.
Shorts of that. I think shorts of that is still on my channel, where we've set up how we were doing the content of that.
Yeah, like,
and I still think that's one of the funniest things.
Recording from the top bunk.
We got to do that again at some point.
Briefing the lav mics by plugging in the charger and adding electrical interference, so like none of the audio was usable, and we had to use the phone audio anyway, which was pointless.
It was a good time.
Yeah, I'd say Birmingham was probably the best time I've had in an event. Walsall was nice because I got to meet people like DigiDread, but I was on like 2 hours sleep that, so that event also low-key sucked. But just any time where we rock up with like 10 Fanboy homies is a good time.
You're looking forward to the May regionals that are coming up then?
No, absolutely not even in the slightest. Like, BT15 is such a waiting room format for me.
I feel that.
Like, Flame Dramon got me into the game, and like Armors, like every excuse to play Armors I can is why I'm still playing Digimon. But right now, I don't hate 16 in testing. Rapidmon is awful to deal with, and right now I have fewer tools than Rapidmon, so BT15 is I would love for it to be my first event where I get to cast for like an official Digimon event, because casting is and tire me. So I'm looking forward to, like, as always, spending time with the homies. Salford is now my backyard, basically. Like, I'm effectively from Manchester now, so
it's around the corner for you.
Yeah, like Salford Regional, I'm excited to defend the house because we're always traveling to go take people's prizing, and now we actually get to play some defense, which will be pretty cool.
Yeah.
But I'm not super interested in the format. I signed up in case I didn't get to cast and then I'll play, but I'm hoping to cast and see the homies and probably do some content. Like, we've been joking about doing like a Salford survival guide, like nearby shops and like places to go. I think would be quite fun.
That would be the time.
But
now would be the time if you're gonna do that.
Yeah, like, we're not like the format I don't care for. The event should be fun. OPE always great. I do like watching people cards around in Digimon.
But not only that, we're then jumping straight into, at the end of May as well, 3v3 over in Birmingham for us. Okay. That's BT16 format as well. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Thoughts on 3v3 in general? Go.
Official 3v3 needs to happen at more events. I'm still mad about the last official 3v3 because that ran at a terrible time. You had to drop before round 3 in order to enter it, basically, which meant that there were just not enough teams. It was best of one, singly limited format. Like, basically 4 teams showed up and got hundreds of pounds worth of top 4 prizing. I'm not really all for the time where Bandai used to cap your prizing based on event size, but this was also like egregious timing. The unofficial 3v3s that Griffin's Gaming have done, the ban list being different is weird. I'm not gonna lie.
It's more akin to the official one. One person can carry a copy.
In the official, you share a ban list.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. So if I have 3 copies, you can have one. Whereas the head store owner or whatever is Magic player, and that's how they handle ban lists. So even though we have official rules now, they're just not. Which is fine because they also use better time. They have better time rules.
Yes.
The unlimited time 5 turns is how Digimon should be when you're in Top Cut. I get that Swiss has its things, but if we're in singly limb Top Cut, we should not be having what we had at World. Thing where I got to watch H-Pass versus a Machine Dramon player and earn half a case of BT 40. It was 14 because they got to delay it, and then they got their stuff
that was
at the regional.
Yeah,
that was really fun. 3v3 I think is really cool. The whole being able to like co-pilot each other's games is really funny.
It is. I must agree. It didn't help me in the first one that we did. I'll be honest, but either way, it's pretty good.
Yeah, I think also the stricter ban list does allow for a little bit more creativity. Like, it really forces you to pick your pairs. If you're from like a smaller store, I can see it being rough, but like, not my problem. We've got nearly 4, 5, 7 teams of people want to, so there's flexibility. There's people that I know I just can't team with, and that's okay. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it this time. We're part of a much stronger team, different format. It's also new because it's 2 days? 2 days,
yeah, because they've got apparently there's an event going on day after.
Day before.
Day before.
Yeah, because it's the No Heroes Ultimate Cup.
That'll be it then.
Yeah, that's a BT50 event.
And then 3v3 is a
Sunday.
Which is going to be a scramble if I want to play Chloroplast.
Yeah, I'm not going to.
Or am I?
15 Bozo format right before.
My bank account.
And I already know that, so I'm just not.
That's fair. Looking ahead at potential content things. We know that, again, you're working on the podcast. You, Tom, and Marcio are going to be pushing that forward as much as you can. Guests constantly. Is there anything we can expect to see on your channel from yourself, though, other than the more podcasty things? Like, are we expecting to see more video essays?
Yeah, so the video essays, the plan is still to do them once a month. The more members I get, the more I can financially justify the amount of time it takes. Because they do take a while. There's research to do, there's double checking, there's interaction checks. I basically might as well have a level 2 judge interactions of stuff. It's also just a lot more intensive, and after DP minus, there's also going to be an outsourcing thing because of the plugin that's going around. I don't have time to retroactively. But the long and short of it is basically the more members that I have, the easier it is for me to push out those videos more frequently. And also, if the podcast or me takes on like more game sponsors, like, you know, like people that know me know I've done like Raid Shadow Legends, like HelloFresh and all that. If I have those type of things, like those type of game sponsors, it becomes easier because that allows me to push a larger audience. And if you guys interact with that, then video essay effectively helps paid, meaning I have even more reason frequently. But right now, the goal is to try and do once a month. I want to get this one out by the end of March. If not more video essays, I do want to vary a little bit of content. I don't play any other TCG. I just simply refuse. Like, I don't play Vanguard anymore. I'm a Vanguard refugee. I never really got into Pokemon every so often looks a little interesting. I cover it for my journalism job, but like, I'm more interested in VGC than TCG. Dragon Ball? No, I'm not playing another Bandai game. Absolutely.
So that
not.
means One Piece is off the market.
Yeah, One Piece has never been on the market for me.
White Schwartz?
I did try and learn White actually,
Oh,
but I never got around to it properly, like learning the game. I got like halfway through one game, and then like Digimon was starting for the week, so we just packed up.
What I'm hearing is you're jumping straight into.
Absolutely not. The thing that like very content that you could see besides like the podcast is some fighting game content coming back. I'm a fighting game caster by trade as well, and with Project L coming out, I'm a big BB Tag guy, and Project L has a lot of systems that BB Tag has, so I'm really looking forward to that. And now that me and my wife have hitboxes, finally, one of the things I wanted to do was from the ground up how to fighting game on a hitbox and just fighting games in general. So we're going to have her play Granblue, play through all the story mode, see what she's kept from that, do a couple of versus matches, probably switch over to Rising. Now, this video idea is so old that a brand new Granblue game came out. That's how long my hitbox took to get here.
Yep.
It was like nearly a year and a half that like Granblue died, came back.
And it's cooler.
Yeah, but it's like free to play now, so at least I'm not spending another 50.
It's free to play if you have the hero rotate.
Yeah, I don't care. We'll just time the video, right? So whatever character she has, whatever character she needs, rewrote. But like, we're gonna do that, play story mode, see how much she actually learned to do that, and then Rivals 2, when Rivals 2 comes out, we want to teach. So like, that's a big video project that I want to work on. She hit her follower goal as a streamer to go to start Granblue, so we are going to start Granblue. I just can't. So once that's done,
Take time.
yeah. So hopefully, I want to stream more often. That's like the main thing. I want to stream more often besides the podcast, so people have a chance to accrue channel points to use game shows. And the game shows should also be once every month. I'm going to start compiling every 2. So, if we do week A, week B, week A is Lethal or Living, the Will It Kill of card games, and B is Memory Gauge the Rim, which is Tom's game show, which is basically figuring out. It's like 2 truths, 1 lie.
2 truths, 1 lie. Yeah.
So I want to give people a chance to accrue more channel points for those, and every 2 instances should be enough per month that I can release a YouTube video of them compiled at the end of every month, so people can look forward to playing those. I just want to make more content that like exists outside of them. Like evergreen content's really important.
Yeah.
I'd like to play Sonic Unleashed on an Xbox One S. No, Series S.
Yes.
Yeah, I want to play the 60 FPS version that require me using.
That would be cool.
It would be cool,
That would
but
be
it's
so
a lot to spend on a console to play. 10-year-old game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've spoken to Huang himself,
Yeah.
and you've had access to the simulator for a while. How excited are you for this simulator to go live? Do you think it will help the Digimon community? Do you think that Bandai will accept it, or do you think they'll try and shove it under the rug?
I think Bandai will continue to ignore it for now. The thing that, like, they're not taking any donation or anything for the later, and they're also not like the way it loads is quite clever. So just like, it's really just a simulator for like blank stuff to move around, and they're stopping at BT16. I think if they were going to continue support for it, it would probably get some more flack, but I'm of the mindset that I don't think they'll release this later until the universe is complete. Just because I think it would just be kind of awkward if you're trying to have like a global product digitally that syncs up with the releases. I don't think they should really shoot down a sim until there's actual concrete stuff. We've heard nothing about it. Everyone thought that Liberator was going to be a sim, but it's not a comic, which I'm excited for.
I know it wasn't going to be. That's the thing. It's like everyone's going, "Oh, simulator." I'm like, nah, Bandai wouldn't do.
I mean, they also would.
They barely have a working One Piece one, which I don't even think is owned by Bandai.
They don't have a One Piece. The ban sim.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
What they have is Dragon Ball.
Oh yeah, they do now.
The Dragon Ball digital one, Marcio said that like the login client kind of is similar to how the Bandai app's login client is, where you log in.
It links to the Bandai Namco ID, and then you download it through that, so you don't need to ever log into an done through you don't need to log into an account every time you want to play the game. Done just by a download hash or something.
Yeah, so I think there's a chance that they're using the Dragon Ball reboot as a chance to get a bunch of new players in and just test to see if their simulator like netcode infrastructure works properly, and then hopefully that will that is still paving the way for the Digimon simulator.
It's like a Pokemon TCGO sort of at that point. Buy the physical and then use codes into the game. I'm
down for that. I think,
or you can just buy packs inside the game, or far cheaper than real life.
I think I'm still gonna get Gear level. I don't. The only thing it makes it kind of awkward is like secondhand market.
That's what
you
I was
won't be able
say.
to be fully able. You won't be able to fully carry it over, but it's still a good thing. I really enjoyed Vanguard Zero when it came out. It got me back into playing Vanguard, and G was added to the game, and felt just like in real life.
Even then, we both kind of just fell off it as is.
No, I just literally stopped as soon as it came out. I was still like top 128 pre-season.
My first
during
foray
Legion
into G is with Luard.
He's a cool dude. Just like can't take me back.
Drag you on.
Like I'll play.
I will drag you. I will try and get Marcio.
Yeah. Right now, like Vanguard's also expensive. Like Digimon at least is certain cards. I've given up kind of max raring armors because Vmon tax is just so expensive. But it's one of those things. Like if I can have myself a decent job, stable job, I'd like to.
I believe it.
I'd like to slowly change that, have the disposable income, but like YouTube money never goes towards cards. It always goes back into the channel. So it's that sort of thing. We've talked about it on the pod. If we get like a sponsor that drive that people like really push and we max it out, then I'd love to buy a case of EX6 and run like a 20. I think that would be really cool. But because I think we just need more, especially offline. I think we need more in-person community run events. That's why I think the 3v3 that Griffin's Gaming does is good, because it gets a lot of people in the building playing best of threes. The pricing is good.
Yep.
And it's fan-made. Whatever. Mario's really good for doing online events with proper pricing and stuff like that, and like there are other smaller ones, but I think more community ones that like foster a reason to care about the creators that are providing stuff, I think is really
cool. Shout out to Digicord for the tournaments every week as well. Probably see me stream them. Well, go and watch them every Sunday, 6 PM UK time. Pretty fun.
Yeah, it's a shame that my Sundays clash with the Discord, but if I get to work a job that doesn't force me to work a weekend day, I won't have to work one day and podcast the other day. That will probably move to Saturdays, but right now it's still Sunday.
You've said that you've enjoyed playing Armors.
Yeah.
We know that for a fact. Flame on all the way. And we've seen that he's had new stuff coming out.
The new Flame Dramon's crazy. When I was talking about like, man, I wish they would make more armors that weren't well, first it was, I wish they would make more armors that weren't Magnamon.
Yeah. And
then it was, man, I hope they give me, like, if they're gonna give me another Magnamon, I hope the new Magnamon does DP minus. I hope the new Magnamon, like, instead of just being a giant wall that's an asshole, I hope it kills people. And then they took everything I wanted and put it on Rapidmon. I was just like, why would you put it on the armor that I hate the most?
Yep.
So they just took everything, gave it to Rapidmon, and now Rapidmon cooks me every single week. It drives me crazy. But one of the things especially once like raid got introduced as a keyword, I was saying that they should give Flame Dramon, raid, some sort of plus DP. Retaliation would be funny, but like they'd already done raid retaliation on Saber Dramon.
You'd need to have purple at that point.
But the fact that it's also an armor purger, so you could just go raid plus DP armor purge down on the trade.
Retaliation wouldn't proc though.
Because
you also have to die when this Digimon dies. Delete.
You could do it in order though. You could do retaliation first, and
that is true.
If in that situation where you have it, you could do your keep a certain way. Allows you to. And people were like, "Bro, you're smoking crack. Why would they give raid plus DP on armor purge?" And I was like, "Yeah, that's fair." And then they did it. I don't remember if it has DP, but it's what
got raid.
It's raid. When an attack target switch, burn top card of security. That's good.
That's insane to me, especially with the Davis and the V1 that they've come out.
What's crazy as well is that Flame Dramon makes the Rydramon option card more useful.
Yes,
because
I remember.
Lightning Blade is a 1-cost green option card that gives +2 in piercing.
Ignore colors if you have an armor, right?
Yeah, ignore colors if you have an armor, just like Fire Rocket. Like Fire Rocket is still like funky because you have to have an armor, but it's there at 1 cost, kill someone. No DP is kind of annoying, but that's where Lightning Blade comes in. But Lightning Blade is kind of crap. Like piercing is one of the weaker keywords, I would probably say.
That's your name is Chessmon.
It's like very selective. Like it's probably the worst keyword to just hand out, but it's also just kind of obnoxious. Like if you're behind, it's so obnoxious.
100%.
And the decks that pierce well do it well, but piercing is just like a weird word. Lightning Blade was never used in armor at all, but since there's no DP when attacking on this Flame Dramon, Lightning Blade might actually get some value because you'll be able to go Blade to get +2, swing raid, trade with some like a level 5, get the free burn and then pierce. And it only costs you an extra memory. It's the sort of thing, because it doesn't have a when digivolving, you could actually evolve it in raising and then push out a Flame Dramon and do something with it. Which I think is cool. I think you might also see like PK Izzy, where it's -1, -2 if you've got a 2-color.
Yes.
That card enables so many different cards designed for armor that see no use because they're honest. Is probably the best way of putting it. Like it makes so many honest cards usable now, and I, for one, I'm just happy to see less Magnamons. Magnamon's cool. I love Magnamon, but Flame Dramon's the reason I came into the game. I paid £5 for non-alt Flame Dramon back in the day. That card was literally 2p. Still have never owned an alt Flame Dramon, but every so often I keep looking at them just like, damn, that's my boy. I would find space for you in the deck, but you are terrible.
Yep.
So I will be looking at set list. You best believe I'll be building a non-Magna armor deck at some point. It'll have Magnas in it,
non-Magna base.
Yeah.
So we've heard how you feel about Magnamon, I guess. Is there any other Digimon that you want to jump into the game if they're not already in, or have more support in the future?
I would like to see more Dawn and Dusk characters. No, secret that Dawn and Dusk is my favorite Digimon game, more so than Cyber Sleuth. I like Cyber Sleuth's great. It's definitely the most polished out of all of them. And I'm looking forward to the new Digimon story game whenever it comes out. But Dawn and Dusk enables so many more things. Apollo and Diana are cool. Grace Nova was not in Dawn and Dusk, so I think he cringe. I would like to build Dawn deck that isn't Dawn and Dusk, or even Dawn and Dusk, but isn't just you should end on Grace Nova. I would also like to see Apollomon Whispered, because
no idea what that one is.
Apollomon Whisper. So Apollomon shows up in Cross Wars as an evil card because it's corrupted by this thing called Whispered, and it corrupts Apollomon as a 12 and turns him into a dark form for the Bagra army. So theoretical Bagra support would be also Apollomon card, so I'd like to see if it was tagged correctly, it would be really cool to see more Bagra support that does more heinous things. Give me a new Uamano. I'm tired of only running 4. The Hunters one isn't real.
You don't need him.
I need my deck to not only function if I find a 4 or 50 card in the opening 2 times.
What do you mean Soundbird isn't?
Yeah, Soundbird being Bagra tagged is like incredibly annoying, but like Gumdramon is also there, and at this point I'm just accepting that my rookies are trash.
Yep.
One of my rookies costs 1 to evolve because I have a deck. So like I'm just accepting that like the level 3s are just a lost cause.
I think it's probably they saw that all the hate they got for the Darkness Bagra because they didn't do it correctly. Then like, yeah, no more Bagra.
I'm not gonna lie, Darkness Bagra's OD. Darkness Bagra's gone.
Wow.
And
it's one of the two at this point where it's like, we did it wrong. We're not going to touch him anymore.
To be fair, no, they gave us Skull Knight. Like they printed Darkness Bagra and they gave us Skull Knight Mon. Skull
Knight's a promo though.
Yeah, that card's crazy. That card is crazy.
It's always the promos that go correct.
Yeah, like he's 4-drop. If it dies, play you and save. Like guaranteed float is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
Sec +1 is just like all go sideways 3 checks.
Hit it.
3 checks 50 is like, are you on any level 7s? Calm. Say less. Die. But yeah, Darkness Bagra. I don't know. I think Bagra could see more support. It's a fun deck, but like I'm really happy that Ragnar got support, especially now that I vibe with it. But like Armors is the thing, and I'd like to see more. There's so many options for Dawn and Dusk.
Oh, I can imagine.
Like them doing the Galgamon and the Agumon are still just the main characters balanced. Like Dawn and Dusk gives you access to 4 teams each, like per game.
Right.
So you've got all the lines from those, and then you could do the team leaders for each one. The Dusk woman has Chaos Galantmon, so you can get a new Chaos Galantmon support. There's a new Ophanimon if you have Chief Glare, Dawn, and then spoilers, I guess, for a hella old game. If you get to fight the opposing leader when they get corrupted in game, so that gives you Chaos Ophanimon, not to be confused with Ophanimon Full Down Mode. They are 2 different Digimon. And you could get Chaos Galantmon, which is also quite funny.
What?
Yeah, it's C Gallant, but it's altered program. I would also like to just see the bosses. Like Grimon is a fantastic design they never use again. Chronomon is a fantastic design that's only in PS games. And Millenniumon's not in the game, which is kind of weird. Like we have
a Millennium. It's just nobody runs them or talks about it.
No, we have Millennium. We don't have Zed Millenniumon, which is like he's the crystal. Like he's just a crystal with a dude inside it, and not even like a dude. It's just like a circle with eyes inside a crystal, and that's a mega level like world apocalyptic threat. Like go. Armageddon exists because of Zed Millennium.
Right,
like he's that. No, not Armageddon. Apocalypse. Apocalypse is subservient to Zed Millennium, if I remember correctly. And Zed Millennium, that's my guy.
We're just. What is this? What is Digimon at this point? Honestly?
Digimon is fun. Like some of us know far too much about this series.
Maybe one day I'll get.
Yeah, I don't think there's any like other Digimon that I think are just missing from the card game. Like I've become attached to a lot of Digimon through the card game, like Anubis. Like Anubis was like whenever I play Dawn and Dusk, he's there. He's actually in Lord Dawn and partner Digimon for one of the staff. That's dog. But now he's like one of my like top 5 favorite Digimon.
Nice.
Didn't care for any of the Bagra cards during the anime. Love them now. But ultimately I can't think of any Digimon. Like Ghoulmon's in the game. That's my guy. Anyone that plays Dawn looks at Ghoulmon and goes, "You're worth so much Dark XP." But yeah, I think Digimon's in a good place. I think I'd be happy to see more of the freak armors come out. BT16 having all those like alternate armors was really cool. I'd love to see more of those. Did a podcast bonus episode on the on the least cool armor to exist. At least you should go watch that if you remember, and if you're not, become a member. It's only like you have to beat the champions tier. Yeah, so I'd love to see them put some freaks in the game, some proper freaks in the game.
They've got the weird looking elephant one.
I think I'd also just like to see a Shadramon that has armor purge. There's 2 Shadramons now.
Shadramon is an art.
It's an armor Digimon.
Shadramon or the one that looks like Flame Dramon but isn't.
Yeah, that one.
Pretty sure that's Shadramon. Shadramon is the.
That's Shade.
You
gotta remember
I'm wrong.
Dramon in Mommy's
is Dragon. Yeah. Hey, the Shade could be a dragon.
But yeah, Shadramon. There's none that have armor purge. Like that card is an armor form, but it's not an armor Digimon.
It's simply there for red, purple.
Yeah, like it's cool, and like the promo one's insane, but like I want to be able to maybe have a Wormmon that crashes into security and I don't know, does something.
One day in the future.
Yeah.
Honestly though, I'd like to thank you for stopping by. I know like you're here for other things. Stopping by to take the time to do this interview anyway. Been a busy day for you. Want to do any final shout-outs to anybody else?
Yeah, shout out to the Fanboy crew. Shout out to Harry, Tommy NT, Marcio as well, especially my podcast hosts, the boys. 2024 has been a year for sure.
We've only just started.
Hopefully, from now, by the time this goes out, hopefully we are so back. Yeah, shout out to the Fanboy guys. Shout out to all the members that have been supporting me along the way. Everyone that motivates me to putting in work. Shout out to Jade for putting up with me basically not existing on a Wednesday. Yeah, I'd say that's basically it. Fighting games are sick this year. Card games are sick this year. Follow me on everything. Watch the podcast. We put a lot of effort into it. And follow me on TikTok. Like we have one. It's basically just podcast shorts. So if you don't have the attention span for like the whole podcast, I'm trying to get better at just short. They've been doing well. The Setcon one was really funny.
You'll have to send me all the links to your description below for everybody. That pretty much wraps it up. So, alright, people.